Recently, the Netflix series Wednesday has surpassed the likes of series Bridgerton and Stranger Things as the most-watched series since its premiere, and this has gotten viewers to take a deeper look at the showcase of the macabre and outlandish world of the Addams Family. So this video will talk about some of the Easter eggs fans missed. Stay tuned! Starting us off, 21 cunning Easter eggs are being shown on Wednesday's Netflix series. Unthinkable as it may seem, Wednesday has surpassed Bridgerton as one of Netflix's most popular series ever. That's correct, since its premiere on November 23rd, Wednesday, which stars the darkly excellent Jenna Ortega as its titular anti-heroine. It has received 752.5 million hours of global viewing. Wednesday has recently passed Stranger Things and Dahmer to become Netflix's third biggest English language program of all time, as measured by the total amount of hours they were seen within their first 28 days of release. If you're one of them, congratulations, you're now a member of the Zeitgeist. However, if you want to stand out, you can watch the series again and try to find all of the Easter eggs that are hidden throughout it, like beautifully gothic jewels. Or, if you'd like, go through our compilation below. First on our list of Easter eggs is the Two Snaps Snap Twice Wednesday. The iconic two snaps used initially in the 60s television show's theme tune are one of the earliest and most noticeable Easter eggs in the Netflix series. In episode 2, when Wednesday discovers the secret path to the Nightshade's meeting chamber, she snaps twice to enter. Later, when asked to enter Nevermore's library, Professor Thornhill twice snaps. Everyone knows the iconic Addams Family theme music features a double finger snap tempo change throughout. As a result, when she broke a series of riddles to reveal the secret password for the Nightshade's headquarters on the second episode of Wednesday Snap Twice, everyone yelled in unison. Next is Wednesday's Dance Macabre. Everyone is entirely enamored with Wednesday's gothic dance routine, and as Lauren Gial of Stylist previously noted, there was much more to the choreography than first seen. It included several steps from the OG Wednesday, i.e. the Addams Family. Then we have Alas Poor Beetlejuice. Every good high school has an old fake skull lying around so the drama students may hold it up and recite William Shakespeare's famous words. The only apparent difference in Nevermore is that Principal Weems, played by Gwendolyn Christie, keeps a little skull hidden under a glass dome on her desk. A little skull. It's so tiny that Mark Scruton, the production designer for the show, told Variety that it's a deliberate tribute to Tim Burton's iconic movie Beetlejuice's venerable finale. This tribute seems particularly striking in light of the numerous rumors that a long-awaited Beetlejuice sequel is in the works. It may be a clue to Burton's upcoming major project. Following that, the next Easter egg is the taxidermied mice in Uriah's Heep. Mark Scruton, the production designer, informs Tudum that the stuffed mice at Uriah's Heep are little-known tributes to some of Burton's most significant works, so pay attention to them. He added that they have small mice that are reminiscent of some of Tim's films that people might be able to recognize, revealing that there are multiple mice present and even a mouse-sized Freddy Krueger. Next on the list of Easter eggs is Wednesday's Origin Story Part 1. When creator Charles Addams initially created the Addams Family cartoon characters, they didn't have names, but eventually he gave them names and claimed that the nursery rhyme served as the idea for Wednesday's name. The fact that Catherine Zeta-Jones Morticia confesses that her daughter's name is derived from a line of her favorite nursery rhyme, Wednesday's kid is full of woe, should not come as a surprise. Next, we have Christina Ricci, Marilyn Thornhill, who portrays Nevermore's botany professor. Christina Ricci portrayed Wednesday Addams in the Addams Family movies from the 1990s. Despite having the same role, Jenna Ortega stated that the topic was not discussed. In an interview with co-star Emma Myers on MTV News, Jenna stated that neither mentioned Wednesday to the other on set. She added that her opinion was that Thornhill didn't want to appear intrusive and interfere with her performance. Jenna also continued that she then felt that she didn't want to bring up anything that Thornhill had done 30 years prior, both because she didn't want to take advantage of her and didn't want to rip her off. She remarked that she didn't want to mimic her too much. Next on the list is Scooby-Dooby-Doo. The local sheriff is not pleased with Wednesday's decision to look into the many fatalities that surround Nevermore. In episode 4, he yells at her and tells her why don't she and the rest of the Scooby Gang focus on their study and let the experts handle the investigation. You should know that this is a Scooby-Doo illusion, but did you know that in the 1970s, Wednesday Addams made an appearance in her own Scooby-Doo episode? In the animation title Wednesday is Missing, the Scooby Gang keeps an eye on the Addams children while Morticia and Gomez have a second honeymoon. They are suddenly forced out of their role as babysitters and into a detective agency when Wednesday vanishes. Following that, we have The Truth Hurts, especially at Pilgrim World. In the Netflix Netflix series, there is yet another Easter egg from Addams Family Values in Pilgrim World. After taking a stance against the Pilgrims in the film, Christina Ricci's Wednesday burns down the camp she is transported to. Jenna Ortega's character Wednesday in the series chastises visitors for patronizing a theme park that emphasizes Eurocentric conceptions of history that tend to minimize the realities of indigenous people. The moment when Wednesday tosses away the script for her summer camp's Thanksgiving production and criticizes how the Pilgrims and their descendants handled the Native Americans was, without question, the best in the Addams Family Values movie. She said in the character of Pocahontas that they had seized the country rightfully theirs, and her people are now compelled to live in mobile homes on reservations in the future. She continued that the Pilgrims folks would dress in cardigans and sip highballs, while her people planned to sell their wristbands along the highways. She added that while the Pilgrims folks play golf and eat hot appetizers, her people suffer and degrade. She also remarked that the Pilgrims folk would have stick shifts. She concludes that the gods of her tribe have spoken, and they tell her not to trust the Pilgrims, especially Sarah Miller, and for all these reasons, she has chosen to scalp them and torch their village. Due to Ortega's portrayal of the character being made to labor at Pilgrim World, Burton's crew sought to maintain Wednesday's dislike for the whitewashing of American history. She informs the tourists there in Germany that persecuted native people created the fudge they eat and that the amusement park has disregarded the Pilgrims' many other atrocities. She says grimly that they should enjoy the genuine Pilgrim fudge, produced with chocolate beans from the Amazon's persecuted indigenous people. She goes on to say that all profits go to support the pitiful whitewashing of American history. It took another 258 years for the fudge to be developed. Next is arachnophobia. Spiders play a significant role in Wednesday on Netflix. In addition to leaping off the page of Xavier's magical sketchbook, Wednesday also breaks open a spider-filled piñata. Why all the freaks with 8 legs? It references the Addams Family from 1964, in which our favorite goth girl kept a pet spider named Homer. The Netflix series also features a flashback to Wednesday when she was 6 years old and her tragic pet scorpion, Nero, indicating that she has always had a soft spot for venomous arachnids. Next Wednesday, showrunners' names are hidden in Jericho. When the character Wednesday visits Jericho in the first episode, the building window where her therapist lives have the last names of the show's creators, Miles Millar and Alfred Gohl, written on it. Following that, archery and bullseye. In the 1993 film Addams Family Values, Wednesday and Pugsley play with bows and arrows. Jenna Ortega's character Wednesday chose archery as her extracurricular sport at Nevermore Academy, paying a subtle homage to the 1990s film. When Wednesday shoots an arrow precisely into a falling apple, she impresses or intimidates Xavier with her archery prowess. There's probably a reference to Wednesday and Pugsley showing off their longbow skills at their summer camp in Addams Family Values with this. Pugsley takes down even an American bald eagle. Their surprise counselor inquires if American bald eagles aren't extinct, and Wednesday calmly replies that they are after she shoots the bird down. Next is, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. In the movie The Addams Family, Wednesday is frequently questioned by a Girl Scout about the authenticity of the lemonade she is giving. Our anti-heroine asks her, do actual Girl Scouts manufacture them? In response to her attempt to sell Wednesday a box of Girl Scout cookies. For fans of 90s films, Netflix's Wednesday features another nostalgic homage to this time. Wednesday remarks in the third episode that she could eat Girl Scout cookies for breakfast. Finally, a round of applause for Edgar Allan Poe. There are several references to the illustrious poet and author Edgar Allan Poe, even though we already know that Nevermore is named after one of its most well-known former students. A taxidermied raven sits on Principal Weem's desk. Ravens are perched on the school gates. The Addams Family's vehicle's windshield bounces off them, and they appear in Wednesday's visions. The Poe Cup boats are all named after or inspired by Poe's short works. Consider the Pit and the Pendulum, the Gold Bug, the Black Cat, and the Cask of Amontillado. This fact alone gives the event a very Goblet of Fire-like feel. We have the Nightshade Society, which appears to be named after one of Poe's most famous short tales, Morella, about a lady who seems to die and give birth to a daughter who looks just like her. Her husband adores her daughter, but she perishes when he names her after her mother, meaning that mother and daughter are the same people. Morella means black nightshade in Latin. The advice that Wednesday adamantly follows during her investigations is written on top of the Edgar Allan Poe monument, and it is as follows: believe nothing you hear and half of what you see. Then the The gargoyles. Nevermore Academy's gargoyles are more than stone creatures. They symbolize many characters. According to Variety's interview with the show's set designer, Mark Scruton says that all the gargoyles were created to reflect the various groupings inside the schools. So there are vampires, gorgons, and sirens. So that's it, guys. That's all the Easter eggs in the Wednesday series. Which of them did you notice while watching? And do you know any of the Easter eggs not mentioned here? Let's hear your comments in the section below. Please remember to subscribe, and thank you for watching. See you in the next one.